Ah, counterculture. The movement that birthed the Beatles and Pink Floyd. Characterized by the hippies who did drugs, partied, and protested all day, right? Counterculture runs much deeper than that. Counterculture was the social movement whose values and norms of behavior differ substantially from those of mainstream society. It gave rise to the gay liberation movement, anti-war movement, and more powerful protests. Let's go to the beginning of the movement.
Howl, a poem by Allen Ginsberg, was published in 1956. It was inspired by a hallucinogenic vision of Ginsberg, but served as a documentation of life in the New York underbelly and a challenge to capitalism and conformity in the United States. Ginsberg had experience with poets, artists, musicians, politically radical individuals, drug addicts, and psychiatric patients. All are featured in the 3 sections of Howl. Ginsberg supported sexual freedom and freedom to drugs, and vehemently opposed militarism. When the poem was first published, it came under immense criticism for the obscene language it contained. In 1957, custom officials seized 520 copies from an importation from England. In October the same year, a judge ruled that the book was not obscene and the seizure was illegal. Nevertheless, when the poem reached the eyes of the public, it polarized opinions. Some idolized it, while others were outraged.
Have you read this? It's preposterous.
What is it?
Howl. It's a poem by Allen Ginsberg.
What's so bad about it?
This poem is disgusting. Look, in this line he says, with dreams, with drugs, with waking nightmares, alcohol, and cock and endless balls.
How awful. Surely he realizes homosexuality is against the mainstream culture.
And it continued. Almost every other line said something about gays. I couldn't bear to read the whole thing.
Oh, and look at this. Sat up smoking in the supernatural darkness.
Obviously, a reference to drugs, perhaps marijuana.
Yes, and here he says, a belt of marijuana from New York.
Smells disgusting. It's unhealthy.
This is people we've seen in real life. People actually do this.
Why do people do this?
I don't know. The author indicates that it has something to do with this mental illness, Tony.
Mental illness? Pfft. Mental illness ain't real. People need to just pull themselves up by the bootstraps and get working. Government sympathy won't help them.
These people are crazy. These degenerates. I've seen them everywhere. In the park, in the subway.
And they listen to jazz. The other day I saw one. Heard him listening to jazz. Must have been a druggie and a gay. It's not okay, it's our jazz, it's our beautiful music, and these people are stealing it.
Have you heard of this Elvis guy?
Elvis Presley. Presley is a dog. I've told my son not to get anywhere near a record by that man. All of this is a culmination that will result in sex and drugs being acceptable and okay. Best be careful. Tell your boy and girl not to get involved with these loonies.
I ain't sending my boy to college, that's for sure. We're sending money to these colleges for what? For our kids to learn about the hippie movement? To get caught up in some protests?
I ain't sending my boy to college either.
I'm sorry, I need to pick this up. Hello? I'm in some important meet. What happened to Stonewall Inn?
The Stonewall riots were a series of spontaneous challenges to the harsh treatment of the gay community by local authorities. They began in the morning of June 28, 1969 at the Stonewall Inn. Public homosexual relations were illegal in many places. However, there were safe havens that could refuge the lovers. The Stonewall Inn was one such place. Police raided the bar at the inn and arrested anyone who was displaying homosexual acts. This sparked a commotion between the officers and the local gay community. It is a clear example of counterculture, as homosexuality was against the prevailing social norm.
Dude, did you hear about
about the riots that happened last night?
Yeah, bro, the fuzz raided the Stonewall Inn.
Who's the fuzz?
You don't know?
Dude, stop busting my balls.
Yo, the fuzz are the police. They raided the Stonewall Inn and put it on fire.
What happened?
Well, so they tried to shove a lesbian in the car, and onlookers saw it, and so there was like hundreds of protesters coming in left and right.
That's crazy, but dude, there's been so many police raids recently. What makes this different from all the others?
Yeah, so the inn's patrons were sick of the way they were being treated, man. So they just fought back. They like threw bottles at the police.
That's awesome, man. The future of reform is bright.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? That's the end of the movie. Oh, you wanted more? I guess me and Diego are just that good. There are a few scenes that we had to leave out, though.
Have you read this? It's preposterous. Thing about the gays. I couldn't bear to read this whole thing. Damn it, bro.
Who's the fuzz?
You don't know?
Dude, stop busting my balls. Dude. The future of reform is bright.
Okay, that is the official end of the movie. Thank you for watching. There is 4 people I would like to thank for helping us make this movie. Number 1, Van Pollard, the cameraman. We got him. Not to be confused with Brian Van, who is also cameraman. And also Matthew Cessna, who called me and helped me record that scene with the colleges. And then, last but not least, Julie for birthing Diego.